clear day, the condo owners will be able to see for miles in every direction. That is, if it can be built. Nothing like it has ever been attempted on this scale. The project is a huge gamble for the company footing the bill. To save money, the bosses have figured a grueling schedule. The construction crews will have to work a 7-day shift. That's an 80-hour week until the building is done. They will get a week off in between to recuperate before they strap on their hard hats and go at it again. And it's not just the construction company's fortune that's at stake. The future of the entire region depends on the ability of the men to get the job done. It's 6 a.m. on Thursday, day one, for the best band of construction crew brothers that Kroners can buy. Thomas, Ulrich, Jan, Patrick, and the rest of the 21-man crew. Every one of them descended from Vikings. They'll work in punishing 45-mile-an-hour winds that will shove the temperature down below zero. How does a Viking feel about it? Vikings are men of few words.
I prefer the summer.
Tough situation creates tough guys. They are Vikings.
The sleek facade of the turning torso hides 64,000 tons of steel and concrete beneath that keep the building standing up. The automatic climbing structure is the factory for all that strength. The crew down below is ready and calls up.
Yeah, now it's time.
At the call of the crew, he swings the giant fork at the end of his crane into position. The crew catches it with a guide rod and hauls it in. They slide it under the table form and lock it in place. They unscrew and fold up the table legs. And the biggest card table on Earth is ready to fly. A couple of nails are enough to hold this piece for the moment. Down below, Peter Victorin makes sure the table form is level. The pieces should drop right into place. Emphasis on the should. The pipes and ductwork always have to be cut to fit. Then the pieces are tied pounds of concrete per minute. That's 150 tons an hour. Any way you shovel it, that's a lot of concrete. Have flowed over the men's backs and onto the floor. A hard day's work. Ulrich becomes Jan's eyes and ears. Together, they guide the staircase down by radio. Ulrich, Thomas, and the crew have survived staircase duty for another week. It's a big relief to send the cables back upstairs. Not that a Viking will ever let on that he was worried.
Yeah, it's dangerous, but if you're driving the car, it could be an accident. So that's life.
A day behind, the concrete pour simply has to happen, or the crew's week will end in failure. The men check the hose for a blockage, but the hose is fine. The problem is definitely on the ground, And the pressure is definitely on the fix-it crew. As the delay gets longer, the men's good humor is tested. It's as quickly as it had stopped, the pump lurches back to life. The Putzmeister works just well enough to get the core section poured and save the week's work for now. One more day, and the crew is free. All of the rebar has been placed. The concrete for the floors and core has been poured and had time to dry. The core forms are safely stowed for transport. Time for the action to move inside. At the push of a button, 16 yellow climbing beams are hauled up the core wall by a series of bright green hydraulic jacks. The climbing beams are now set to hold the entire ACS as it rises. The green jacks are switched over. They will now pull up the whole shooting match. The forms, the platforms, the support beams, and Peter Victorin and all the workers inside.